What's going on, y'all? Y'all tuned in to Tactical Skillionair Defense. It is your favorite gun on the checking in, j.skillionair. May God bless each and every one of you. Continue to take care of one another and get to know the gun laws in your state and surrounding states when traveling. What's going on, y'all, man? It's been a good day, man. I can't complain. Got my kids at the bus stop. Did a little reading. Just got through praying. And man, it's all good, man. I'm loving what life is bringing. We're gonna get into Gina versus Gina. That's my sister in the gun community. I first started following her because of her gardening content, and then been following a couple people in the gardening community. And so shout out to her. So I actually discovered her or found her through the gardening community, and now she is now a part of the 2A community as well. So shout out to my sister in the garden community, which I originally got on her channel for, and now she is in the 2A community. So shout out to my sister. She's introduced me to the garden community, growing, which I got to start, which I'll probably start next year, start growing some stuff. And now she's in the gun, and she's in the 2A community. So shout out to her. Gina vs. Gina. Gina versus Gina. And we're going to jump into our video, then we're going to jump down here on this table.
Backpack version of a range bag. I actually have a couple range bags, but this is the one I take when I go to the range. Most times. I haven't taken the other ones at all. So, we're going to start at the top. I always have...
Shout out to my sister, man. Go over there, show us some love if you ain't hit that subscribe button already. And that's about it on that. So let's jump down to this table right quick, which is actually my art desk. I just use it. Okay, y'all. So let's get the disclaimers out the way. This is not the promotion of sales of firearms, modification of firearms. I am in a safe, controlled environment down here in my basement in my office. And so we had to get all that boring stuff out the way. You know how YouTube is. And so, like I've been doing lately, we're going to hit a verse. Isaiah 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulders, and his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Shout out to his word. Loving reading a verse keeps me grounded. And right now I did finish the Atomic Habits. I am now reading a book that I had up here in my windowsill down here in my office. Too busy not to pray. Pretty good book so far. I've been reading this I think I started on it last week, so I'm about halfway through the book already. My next book after that, which I'll probably more than likely be reading on my vacation, is Good Vibes, Good Life, How Self-Love is the Key to Unlocking Your Greatness. So y'all, yeah, I'm reading, man. You want to keep knowledge away from certain people, put it in a book. And so, just trying to get better. Trying to be better each and every day. All right, Rat's Tourniquet. Of course, if you know my pouch, my when I walk out here every day with my K-bar in my bag, 3 extra mags. Of course, my Apple stuff, charging stuff, cords, whatnot. My handkerchief. Of course, my glasses. I have 2 other pair, but the other 2 are shaded. I had to do clear when I went to go do my fingerprint for the sheriff department. She said, you're going to need some clear glasses or some transitional lenses. So with my old job last year, I had, before we switched over to the new company I work for, it was my last year to be able to get me some glasses. So I got some straight clear ones once that process begins. But y'all, let's get into red dots. Now, red dots, And MOS is a real big thing now. Now these days, I don't buy a firearm without the red dot or the green dot option to be able to mount onto your firearm. Um, I have some in here that don't have a red dot on it. Don't intend to put a red dot on it, but with technology these days, instead of getting it later on sent down and get it cut, why not go and get it with the option just in case later on you want to throw a red or a green dot on it. So these days, I don't buy anything as far as a pistol without the red dot option. That's just the way it is. Not that doesn't mean I'm gonna put a optic on everything that I own. Matter of fact, both of my Canics don't have a red dot on it, but it came with the red dot option to be able to mount it. I got it, and so that's where I'm at today. I don't think I'm gonna buy anything. I don't think I haven't bought anything within the last year, as far as a pistol. Well, I want to say at least the last 2 to 3 years that didn't have the red dot option. And so with red dots, we're going to get into some of what I prefer. Through my journey, I think it's been 3 years or so that I've been putting red dots on pistols. What I've learned, what I don't want in a red dot anymore. And the first one I'm going to show you is the one that I carry as my EDC 90% of the time. I barely do not carry this firearm. Everybody know it's a love-hate relationship out here with this particular firearm. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people love it. A lot of people carry it. A lot of people don't carry it. And if you know, you've been on my channel, I brag about this gun all the time, which is the Hellcat. When I first got this firearm, the first thing I put on it, because it was direct mount, was the Swamp Fox Sentinel. Gray dot when I had it on here. The cons about it is it's an automatic brightness adjustment. So you can't adjust the brightness on this particular red dot. Sometimes I have to fish for the red dot. I started not to like it. Somebody just came out with one recently that was a direct mount, so I get into that company in a minute. But that was the one thing I did not like about the red dot on this one. The second thing I didn't like about this red dot is that the battery compartment is directly on the bottom of this red dot. So in order to change the battery, you will have to literally take this red dot off the firearm each and every time. It sits on the bottom in between a shim. This is the shim. So you put the shim on there, you mount it down on your firearm. When that red dot goes out, then you have to take this completely back off and change your battery. With technology these days and how everybody is doing that red dot, a lot of people are not putting red dots at the bottom. And so, good while it lasted, loved it while it lasted, whatever you may say about it. But I wanted to, now with technology, either you can get the battery compartment once you mount it on the side of the red dot, or where the red beam comes out, it's a battery compartment right there where you don't have to take the red dot out. And I give you two of them examples right now. Another one that I did early in my red dot journey is, oh, and I didn't get that one out, is another Glock. Why I didn't pull this one out the first time. We're going to go and pull it out now. Is the Vortex. Of course, nothing in the, because I don't shoot this gun. It's a Safe Queen, which is the Viper red dot. Once again, when I first started, no battery compartment on the side. You will have to literally take this one off, put the battery in. I like it because you can self turn the brightness up or down. And so that was another one that I liked, but I didn't like the fact that you had to change the whole thing. But like I said, this is a Safe Queen. I don't need to shoot this gun no more. Another thing I like about Vortex, when you buy their red dots, which a lot of companies are doing, except one company, and I'll kind of get on that company in a minute, is okay, this one can give you multiple screws. So this one gave me enough just to be able to put the red dot on. So this one didn't come with a bunch of screws. This was and it came with the plate. You know, the Glock comes with the plates. So that one only came with one set of screws. So that was another thing. So now we're gonna get into what I like now, what I prefer on my firearms. As you know, Sealy just came out with the Cat Pro. As you can see, once again, all guns are empty. I'm not pointing at myself. There go your red dot. Nice and bright. Battery compartment on the side of the firearm. I mean the side of the red dot. With your controls on brightness setting on the side. Love this new red dot. I love it because a lot of companies now are giving you multiple set screws. So you see it's a bag, maybe have 5 and 5 in here, and each bag has 3 screws. So they only give you 2, but they give you an extra one just in case you lose that one of them. And so that's what I like about this one. Sealy gives you multiple screws for multiple firearms to be able to mount. Love that. Love that out of that company. The next one we're going to do is when I bought my Hellcat Pro, I went with another direct mount red dot, which is going to be the Defender, the Vortex Defender. Great firearm. Great red dot. As you can see, once again, all firearms are unloaded. This is the other example that I was talking about. They sit right here on top. That's the battery compartment. Unscrew it. Right here, unscrew it, throw your battery in, screw it back on. Just like that one, the controls are on the side. You got your down and you got your up. This one is you see that one's kind of bright, but there you go. Red dot. Love it. Love this one. Because with the Vortex Defender now, with a lot of their red dots or green dots, they give you multiple screws. I like this one because they don't give you 3, they give you 2 extra screws, so they give you 4 per pack. And at least, and I'm gonna give you an example, each packet fits up to almost 6 pistols. It lists exactly what pistols take this particular screw. Man, game changer. So you looking at maybe about 16 pistols that this firearm can fit on with the screws in the red dot itself. Man, wonderful things that these companies are doing that's leaving another company behind, and we'll talk about that company. That company now that I'm talking about is Holosun. Great red dot. I love the Holosun. I love the red dot. Okay, this is a wake and shake, I believe. There go the red dot right there. Great. The problem I have with Holosun, they cost just as much as these other 2 red dots that I showed you before, but they don't come with multiple screws to be able to mount your red dot. And I'll give you an example. This is my Springfield Prodigy I just got. If you've been onto the channel, it has the EPS full green dot on it. But I was talking to one of my couple of my buddies on FaceTime, and I was going to have to call Holosun to see if they could send me some screws to be able to mount my Holosun EPS on here. Well, good thing for Vortex, because they sent 2 extra screws. They sent screws to be able to screw it on my Hellcat Pro, and I went through and looked through. Hellcat Pro, Prodigy, and the Hellcat take the same screws. Shout out to them. I was able to be able to mount my EPS Holosun on my Prodigy because of Vortex. I don't know what Holosun is going to do, but anybody know Holosun, somebody at Holosun, have them look at this video. Holosun, you need to step your game up. These guys are giving us, for the money, cost just as much as y'all's red dots, or y'all red dots a little bit more sometimes, that they're giving us multiple screws for multiple pistols. Game changer. So shout out to Sealy. Shout out to Vortex for what they're doing and what they're giving you in their packaging as far as the screws to be able to, look through your packaging and be able to mount a Holosun on your firearm because of that particular company. And so, man, with that being said, this has been my experience last 4 years that I've been putting red dots on my pistols. I'm loving some. I'm loving them all. I ain't gonna say I'm not loving them, because if I bought them, I loved them at that time. But with technology, man, some of these companies are really leaving Holosun in the dirt because they understand what the consumer needs. Not saying that Holosun is bad. I love Holosun. You see, I have two of my pistols. I have one more on a dagger that I have back here. And so it's not a knock to Holosun, but it's like Glock. Y'all need to come on and get with the times. And so with that being said, man, y'all be safe. Take care of one another. Continue to be blessed and be safe, man. I just going through my news feeds on YouTube. They just had a mother and a son conspiracy to go shoot up a school. Man, some of these parents need to be beat. Now you going to jail to help your son shoot up a school? Come on, man. Parents, we need to think. Stop making excuses for your children. I'm never going to make an excuse for my son or my daughter. You know, I just hope they understand and do what they've been taught. But at the end of the day, when I'm not with them, I don't know what they're doing. I just pray that they understand and do what they're been taught their whole life. And I'm not a fool to say that my daughter don't do stuff around me. They don't cuss and do all that. They do. I ain't no fool. And so, with that being said, man, we living in a wicked world and wicked time, man. And just, I pray that, you know, nothing hurt or harm comes to anybody that I associate with, man, and you know, and whatnot. And so, man, with that being said, man, I love you guys. Thank you guys for always tuning in. I'm gonna try to drop a video a week. I'm gonna try to get to the range this weekend. I was trying to get this weekend, but with what did I do? Saturday, my son had a competition. By the time I got home, it was late, and then my wife wanted to go see Center, so it was, my whole Saturday was booked with my son, and you know, I'm not mad about not being able to go. I'm just saying my plan was to go to range, but my son had a competition, and so my son is way more important than getting and going to that range. And so, man, I'm gonna be out, man. Y'all be good, man. That is my experience with red dots. The 2 things I gotta have with my red dot: being able to control the brightness on the red dot, and making sure that the battery compartment is either on the side of the firearm, or if it's on the top of the firearm. And I like the wake and shake. The wake and shake and wake is not a big deal to me, but with technology, I'm loving the shake and wake because it saves your battery, and so I'm loving that. So that's the shake and wake is not a deal breaker to me, but that is something that I look for as well. But it's not a deal breaker. The deal breakers for me is it has to have a battery compartment either on the side or on top of the red dot, and I need to be able to control the brightness of that red dot. And so them are my two that I look for when I look for a red dot from now on. And so it is what it is. Man, y'all let me know what do y'all like about y'all red dots in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want me to review something and be honest, my email is in my description, my bio box. If you want me to lie, don't even bother even coming and asking me to review anything. Everything that I got, I bought with my own money, my own personal opinion, and I'm gonna continue to do that. So if you want me to do a review on any products, please hit me in my comment section or email me and let me know, and we'll do it. But if you want me to lie, don't even bother even hitting my email. And so, man, it is your favorite girl on the checking out, j.skillionair. Man, peace and love, and stay blessed up. Peace.